Hey, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me today for my 6-month post-op VSG surgery update. For those of you who are new to the channel, welcome. Thank you so much for checking out my channel, checking out my videos. Be sure to hit that subscribe button down below so that you can stay up to date with all of my new upcoming videos that I'll be posting. Those of you who are subscribers or who have come back and wanted to view my channel again, thank you so much for your support. If you haven't already, be sure to hit that subscribe button. So as I mentioned, I am doing my 6-month post-op update. So for those that are not very familiar with my channel, my name is Brittany. I had the vertical sleeve gastrectomy on November 3rd of 2020. I started my journey and I decided that I wanted to record it, not only for myself, but in just doing a lot of my research, I just found that there's a lot of information out there, but I didn't feel like there was a lot of people that I myself could relate to. I was seeing videos of people who were not quite as high in weight as I was, and if they were as high in weight, they were taller than I was. So I felt like I wasn't finding anybody that I felt I could connect with my height and with the weight that I was at. So I thought, if nothing else, maybe I could create this channel, one, to keep up with the progress myself, but also maybe I can help inspire somebody else or help encourage somebody else with their own journey. So I really wanted to just make sure that I could post content that not only would help others, but possibly help others that maybe were in similar situations that I was in and could just really help inspire them or just help encourage them, because it really is a journey and it's not always an easy journey. It's very challenging and there's always support that needs to be had. So to give you some stats on where I started and where I am at currently. So in November, when I had my surgery, I was at my highest weight of 316 pounds. With a lot of insurances and with different physicians, a lot of times people will have to go through a weight loss plan before they get approved for surgery. I didn't have to do that. My insurance was not, I guess, that strict where they had or they required you to lose certain amount of weight, and my physician wasn't either. So I had to go through a 6-month process where it was doctor observed or monitored progress, but it wasn't a requirement to lose weight. So that kind of took a load off of me. But anyway, I had to do that 6-month process with my insurance, but I was approved to get the surgery done. So on the day of the surgery, I was 316. So I had my surgery done and immediately the weight started coming off. If you've done any kind of research for gastric sleeve or any kind of bariatric surgery, that first couple of weeks, the pounds are just going to fall off like, whoa. I think within that first week, I lost, around 20 pounds or so. It was pretty phenomenal how quickly the weight was coming off. As the months progress, that weight is going to slow down, but that first year is what they call the honeymoon phase. And you really want to take advantage of any kind of weight loss that you're doing. Really stick to your diet, really stick to your nutritionist guidelines to help you maximize that first year and really get that weight off within that first year. So, as I mentioned, I was 316 pounds on the day of my surgery. I am 5'3", so I'm pretty short. So I had a fairly high BMI at that time. As of May 3rd, which was a couple of days ago, so I'm a couple of days late, so my apologies, I was 241. So that's a total of 75 pounds in 6 months. It's crazy. When I look at myself, I have changed so much. Physically, mentally, just so much has happened in 6 months that I knew it would happen, but until I saw the results, it was almost hard to imagine. So 75 pounds is a lot. And considering where I started to where I'm at now, when I looked at the scale, I'm sorry, my dog is wanting to play right now. when I looked at the scale before and it would read 316 pounds, that was just mind-boggling to me of how did I get there? How did I get to that weight? That just was crazy. But yet I didn't feel like I weighed 316 pounds. I would look at myself in the mirror and I would say, yeah, I'm a big girl. But at the same time, I didn't feel that way. It wasn't until I would see pictures that it would really kind of dawn on me of, wow, I'm really overweight. So it's almost like I just didn't see it. I don't know if I just didn't want to see it, or I don't know. I don't know. I can't explain it. But now, looking at pictures of myself from then to seeing myself now, it's crazy. Because looking at the scale now, and it says 241, that's just crazy to me. That's 75 pounds. When I look at myself now in the mirror, it's kind of odd because I still see the weight. Yes, I can tell I'm smaller, but I don't feel like I'm 75 pounds smaller. It's weird. I guess I've got some body dysphoria or something going on. It's not until I see comparison photos that I really can tell the biggest difference. Of course, clothes are getting smaller. When I started, I was wearing a size 30 jeans, and they were stretchy. Yeah, they were quite large. And now I am in a 22. So yeah, that's quite a jump, but it's 75 pounds. You know, it was bound to happen. So it's really exciting when you start seeing those results. When I hit between my 4 and my 5 months, I really hit some stalls where I didn't feel like I was losing very much. But looking back at it, you know, the stalls did last for a couple of weeks, but I still lost a good amount of weight each month. I'm typically going between 8 to 12 pounds a month. There for a while it was right at 12 to 13-ish pounds each month. It has kind of dropped down to a little bit. So it fluctuates, obviously, each month. But if you're losing, 8 to 12 pounds a month, you're doing great. You're really making progress. So, you think, oh, only 8 pounds in a month. No, that's really good because that means you're losing at a very steady pace. You're losing at a healthy pace, and, any amount of weight is fantastic. Don't be discouraged by a small amount of weight. Any weight lost is a win. I did have my 6-month post-op visit with my physician. I had blood work done. Everything came back great. All of my levels were great. And he was very pleased with my progress with being down 75 pounds. So he was thrilled with that. I was very thrilled that my blood work was good. I didn't have any pre-existing conditions like diabetes or hypertension or anything like that. Thankfully, I was not to that point. I was on the verge. I had started having some blood pressure issues, but it wasn't to the point yet that they felt I needed to be on medication regularly for it. But had I continued on the road the road that I was on, I would have eventually gotten to that point. So, thankfully, though, I didn't have any of those conditions prior. So, there's that. But all in all, having lost 75 pounds in 6 months is just phenomenal. And I feel really good. I am starting to notice there is some droopage happening, which is to be expected. When you're over 300 pounds and you've carried around that much weight for many years. I'm 32, so no, I haven't weighed 300 pounds for 32 years, but I have been overweight my entire life. So that is something I've struggled with. So when you've carried a large amount of weight on your body, yeah, there's going to be some loose skin. There's going to be some sagging and some droopage. That's just kind of part of it. I granted, because of where I'm at, I'm not seeing just a huge amount of loose skin yet, but everything is starting to shift. My body is shifting. The fat is shifting. I have noticed my chest, of course, has dropped. They point down completely and they just kind of hang there. That's really unfortunate. My stomach, I'm not noticing any loose skin on my stomach yet. That is where I carried the majority of my weight though. So I know in time that probably is going to show up. It just hasn't yet. Everything has kind of shifted though downward. Used to, I was sort of like an apple, between an apple and a pear shaped body. Now I'm fully pear. Everything has kind of shifted downward. So I'm bigger now at my lower stomach than I used to be. So that was part of the reason, because I had a big tuchus and large front stomach, lower stomach. That's what made buying pants so difficult for me, because I was big in the front and big in the back. So that is changing. My butt is shrinking, and my husband points that out a lot, that it's still big, but it's shrinking. But everything is just, I'm losing tone everywhere. My legs are starting to jiggle more when I walk. My butt is jiggling more. Everything is just losing all the firmness that I used to have. It's just becoming very flabby, very loose. A lot of that has to do with, I'm losing muscle mass. So when you start losing weight, if you're not replacing that muscle, you're going to be losing muscle too. Unfortunately, that's what's happening with me. I'm not really good about exercising. I've been walking. I've been trying to do exercises, but I'm just horrible at it. I am horrible at sticking with a routine to exercise. And so unfortunately, I am seeing the repercussions of that because I'm getting flabby. What do you do? Either stick to it or just accept the flab. So I'm really working on trying to get better about exercising. Maybe someday I'll get better. We'll see. But definitely clothes are starting to fit better now. I have dropped sizes. I'm in sort of that weird limbo phase though, where I can still wear some 24s. And then I can get into some 22s and in pants. But then I bought some 22s the other day, and because of all the COVID and everything, dressing rooms in a lot of areas are still unavailable. So I couldn't try the pants on, but I thought, well, hey, I've got 22s at home. Surely I can wear these. They're stretchy, No. I get them home. None of them fit. None of them. So that's really discouraging. But you have to take into consideration that each brand of pants, they're made differently. So one pair of 22s may fit, but then in another brand, the 22s might be too big and you need a 20. So I'm in that weird limbo phase in between sizes. So that's kind of frustrating. And unfortunately, because I outgrew so many clothes years ago, all the smaller sizes, I got rid of most of them. So I'm really struggling with finding clothes that I still have that I can wear. And so I'm in that process where I'm going to have to buy some clothes, but I don't want to spend a fortune on clothes that I might only wear for a couple of months and then they're going to be too big. So I'm really looking at going to some cheaper places, Walmart, thrift stores, Ross, any place that has decent clothing that is more discounted prices. So that way I don't feel like I'm just throwing my money out the window in buying clothes that I'm only going to wear for 2 months and then they're going to be too big. But I mean, that's just part of the journey itself, is trying to adjust to the clothing situation. I'm so ready to get down to those smaller sizes where I guess my weight kind of levels out and it's like I know I'm in a size 14 or a 12 or whatever that size is going to be for me. And so I can go and get those sizes. I'm so ready for that. It will come in time. I just have to be patient. It's a process. You know, it's a marathon, not a sprint. I've said that before and I say it again. That's just part of it. So anyway, that's kind of where I'm at right now. Going back to my doctor's visit that I had, they did do a bunch of lab work on me, and they said that all my levels were really good, that there didn't seem to be anything out of order. Some blood work that they checked was they did a blood count, a CBC, they did checked my iron, vitamin D, vitamin B12, folate, you know, a lot of things like that, just to make sure that I was getting the good nutrients and the good vitamins that I needed, because, you know, they cut out so much of your stomach that you're not eating as much, so therefore it's so much easier to become deficient in those necessary vitamins. And if you're not getting them from your food, then you definitely got to resupplement them through the supplements that you take. So I'm really bad about forgetting to take my vitamins. Not as bad as the exercising, but I still tend to be somewhat forgetful. So I've tried a lot of different things. I've tried the pill organizers, the daily organizers. I've put reminders on my phone. I don't know. I've tried all kinds of different things. The thing that I have found that has worked the best is I keep a stash in my purse. I keep the bottles in my office because I work at home. So when I'm at my office, I see the pill bottles and, oh, I got to take my vitamins. So I remember to take them. But like I said, I keep a stash in my purse because so many times, especially during the weekend, I'm not at home and I think, oh, I forgot my vitamins. Well, if I've got a stash in my purse, then I'm set and I can take them and everything is right in the world. So, the problem comes though when I run out of vitamins in my purse and I don't remember to restock them. So, yeah. I'm forgetful. But anyway, I was just pleased though that my blood work did come back good, considering that I do forget my vitamins. So if you're getting the surgery, just remember you gotta take your vitamins and don't forget, because they're really important and you need them. So anyway, other stuff that's going on. Still drinking my protein shakes. I typically try to get in one a day just to make sure that I am getting enough protein. Typically because I'm eating a lot of chicken or turkey, or cheese, that sort of stuff. I'm getting that protein in pretty easily. However, just to make sure that I'm getting enough in, I do like supplementing with a protein shake. My favorite are the Premier Proteins, the caramel flavors. I love coffee. I'm a huge coffee drinker. And I like to mix my coffee with the caramel Premier Protein. And I drink it as an iced coffee. So that's a really easy way to get my protein in. I make sure I get 30 grams in at least a day. So, and then of course whatever I'm eating throughout the day adds up to that too. Water is another challenge that I have had all along. Something that I have found, so if you're going through the process, I'm sure you have heard that we need to avoid straws. Well, I tried to test that theory, and because I love drinking out of straws. And there was a time that I did start drinking out of them again. However, I noticed they really were making me gassy. It was making it easier to drink the fluids, but it really does add pressure to your stomach. It does add a lot more gas. I experienced a lot more burping, a lot more hiccups, and then, of course, through time, a lot more of the other kind of gas. So, it is recommended not to drink out of straws, and I don't advocate drinking out of them regularly. I have found it is, if I'm driving, it is easier to drink my protein drinks or, if I'm drinking water. If I'm in the car and I'm driving, it's easier to drink out of the straw. I'm very careful about that. So if you're looking at drinking out of the straw, just be very careful. Be conscious of it. Don't drink too fast. Don't gulp it. Of course, best advice would be talk to your surgeon or your dietitian about it first. Don't just go crazy with it. Everybody's different, so everybody reacts differently to it. I've seen some people that they drink out of it and they don't have a problem at all. Every person's different, so just beware that drinking out of the straw is not recommended. Sometimes it can't be avoided. That's your call. Something I have found though, because I've tried to really get away from those straws, because I was noticing the gas that was forming because of the straws. I have found the easiest way to get my water in, because I really struggle with getting a large amount of water in. We need to try to get at least 64 ounces of water in a day. With our little tummies, that's extremely difficult, along with any protein that you're still drinking. Plus, then you can't drink while you're eating. So remembering to drink, it is challenging. It really is. So I have found, for me, that the best way to just kind of keep up with my water is I've got one of these little blender bottles. And I thought I got this one on Amazon, and I just thought it was so cute. It says, do not ever give up. And it's a picture of a donut. How fun is that? I don't know if y'all can see it. But I just thought that was so cute. But yeah, this is just one of those blender bottles. It did come with the little blender ball that's down in it. But these can hold 20 ounces. So, you drink at least 2 of them a day. You've got 40 ounces of water by itself. But I have found that just having these, I can see the water. I can keep track of how much I'm drinking. And it's just really easy to drink out of the opening because the hole is big enough. I get a good sip in without gulping. I don't feel like I'm having to suck on, those weird little pop-up tops that a lot of bottles have. There isn't a straw. So I have just found that this works the best for me in drinking my water. I've got a couple of these that I use. This one's my favorite though, just because it's got a donut on it. And I love donuts. Of course I can't eat donuts, but it's still fun to look at. So anyway, I definitely recommend getting you some kind of jug that's easy to drink out of, that you can see the water so you can see how much you've actually had that day, just so you can monitor your progress. But I love this cup and I use it daily. When I get through with it, I fill it up and drink another one. I try to drink 2 of those a day. Sometimes I don't always make it, but again, it's a work in progress. Hair. If you've watched my videos, I have changed my hair quite a bit. When I first started, I had a lot more hair. And as the months have gone, I have lost a lot of hair. You will experience hair loss. It's okay. It's going to happen. Keep taking your collagen. Keep taking your biotin. It will grow back. I wasn't worried about it. I had a lot of hair to begin with, so I did lose some hair. I'm still losing hair. But in losing the weight, I have gained so much more confidence because I feel better in my skin. I feel better in my body. No, I'm not where I want to be yet, but I feel so much better. I look at myself and I am so much more confident in how I look. So because of that, I'm willing to try different looks. I'm willing to try different things. I've never had my hair cut like this. But because I feel better about the way that my body looks, I had the confidence to do something a little bit more extreme. I did decide to cut my hair off when I had the surgery because I knew that my hair was going to fall out. And just to try to make it a little bit easier to maintain, I thought, well, short hair would be easier. And it really has. if you can rock the short hair, or if you are brave enough to do the short hair, I recommend the short hair during the first year when you're losing weight, because you are going to lose hair and it's going to come out in clumps and wads. And if you've got long hair, it's going to be a mess. With the short hair, you don't tend to notice it quite as much. So if you've never had short hair, I can understand that might be a little intimidating. If you have had short hair before, though, I would just do it, because it would make your life so much easier when you're going through that phase of the hair falling out. That's just my personal preference. I have loved having my short hair. And each time I get it cut, which, because I'm taking the biotin and the collagen, my hair has continued to grow very quickly. It's always grown quickly, but I've not lost that nutrients, so my hair is still very healthy, so it just tends to fall out right now. But it is still growing very quickly, so when I get my hair cut, within 5 weeks, I've got to get it cut again, because it has grown back out. So I actually went earlier this week and got my hair cut, and if you see my past videos, it's getting shorter and shorter and shorter each video. And that's just because I like changing it up. I don't like keeping the same style. I'm getting brave and I want to try different styles. So I've never had this style before, but I thought, you know what? I want to try something else. I want to rock something different. So we did, and I'm very happy with it. It's so easy to fix. It's very quick to fix, and I'm very pleased with it. So again, if you're considering the surgery, just keep in mind you will lose hair, and it's okay. It will grow back. Eventually, it will grow back. But just beware that it will fall out. And if you have long hair, it'll probably really freak you out, because it will come out in kind of knots and clumps, and I have heard from people, it's a little disturbing because there's just so much of it. I'm still losing that amount too, but because my hair is short, I don't see it like that. So I'm not even aware of the amount that's coming out, if like I would had I had long hair. So just something to keep in mind. I recommend short hair going through this process, just because it's a little easier to maintain while it's falling out. But again, that's your call. That's just my personal preference. I as I mentioned though, I do feel more confident, and I'm willing to venture out and try different styles and try different looks. And that's just all part of the journey, you know. You're changing physically with your body, so why not just embrace and change some styles, you know? Change your fashion, change your makeup. I'm not one to change the hair color of my hair. I've never dyed my hair, so I'm really not into that. I almost think that it would be fun to do, but I love my natural hair color, and because I've never dyed it, I don't really want to. So I'm not that adventurous, but I love trying new hairstyles. So, you know, have fun with it. You're changing your body, change your fashion idea. You know, when you're buying new clothes, try something different. Try something that you would have never worn before, because you're changing your life by doing this process. Change your hairstyle. Just embrace the change and just go with it. And I couldn't be more happy with being able to do that. I've always wanted to try different styles and try different looks, but I never had the confidence to do it. Now I'm gaining that confidence, and I just can't even imagine what's gonna happen when I get under the 200s. When I finally hit Wonderland, that's gonna be fantastic. Hopefully I will get there before my 1 year mark. I really hope I hit Wonderland before then. We'll see. Let's see. Anything else? Y'all just, it is a life change. It really is. It's a process. I still am adjusting to the portion sizes. Sometimes I forget and I eat too quickly. Sometimes I forget and I take too big of a bite. And when that happens, I mean, your body will let you know. I've numerous times done too big of a bite or ate too quickly and my stomach just was so unhappy. So you'll know if you've done something you shouldn't. But yeah, so 6 months, it went by very fast, very, very fast. And I can't wait for the next 6 months to see where I will be. I will do another update when I hit my 7 months. Hopefully I'll be down several more pounds. We'll see. So if there's anything though that y'all specifically want me to talk about, if you've got questions about anything, or there's a certain topic that you want me to discuss and make a video, please just leave me some comments below and let me know that. And then again, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. You can also find me on Instagram at BB Hatton. So I'll link that down in the description as well. So that way you can follow me on Instagram. I post a lot of pictures about progress, where I'm at, foods I'm eating, that sort of thing. So you can get ideas of, different foods to eat, different things that'll kind of help you along your journey. So yeah, if y'all have got something you want to see, feel free to drop me some comments and we will get that going. If you've got questions, please reach out to me anytime. I'm happy to answer questions that you may have. And we are on this journey together. So we're having fun. Anyway, until next time, y'all have a wonderful day. Whatever journey you are on in your life right now, just embrace it, go with it, and do the best that you can. You are beautiful, and you deserve to be happy no matter what. Do you, don't worry about anybody else. That's my advice. So, until next time, y'all have a wonderful day, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye.